Hello, I'm Donald McIntyre of newfinancial.com. This is New Financial Live, and joining us is Charlie Lee of Coinbase. Hello, Charlie. How are you?
Hey Donald, I'm doing good.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for doing this interview. Charlie, I read about you moving from Google to Coinbase recently, and you are also the creator of Litecoin. But before that, can you tell me about your background?
Sure. So I graduated with a bachelor's and master's degree from MIT around 13 years ago in computer science and electrical engineering. And I'm currently working in the Silicon Valley. I've been here for about 13 years, working on various startups and large companies. And for the past 6 years, I was at Google. Yeah.
And so from MIT, you went directly to Silicon Valley?
Yeah. Right,
And
right at the time of the dot-com crash, so went through all that.
and if I'm not wrong, when you created Litecoin, that was something separate from your job at Google, no?
That's correct. Yeah, it was just something on the side for fun.
What was your responsibility at Google?
So initially I worked in YouTube, I worked on the mobile website, and then after that I worked on Chrome OS, and recently I was working on the Google Play Games SDK. So basically achievements, leaderboards, multiplayer, anti-piracy, tools for game developers for iOS and Android.
Always on the engineering side.
Yes, software engineer.
And tell me your idea of creating Litecoin and what is Litecoin?
Sure. So I found about Bitcoin 2 years ago, was very interested in it, and decided to play around with it and fork it and see what I can come up with. So Litecoin is very similar to Bitcoin, except for it has four times as many coins, so a max of 84 million. And then it's also faster confirmations. It only takes 2.5 minutes on average for block confirmations. And one of the major differences, it uses a different proof of work function. So it uses script hashing as opposed to Bitcoin's SHA-256 hashing. What the difference is, script is more memory intensive, so it inhibits hardware scaling more so than SHA-256. So for example, when GPUs came on the scene, mining Bitcoin was about 100 times more efficient in terms of the price per hash rate compared to CPU. So GPU basically dominated the market after it came on. Yet for Litecoin with Script, GPU is only about 10 times more efficient, so it didn't totally dominate. There's still some CPU miners. And likewise with Bitcoin ASIC, it's about like 50 times more efficient than Bitcoin GPUs, and a lot of the GPU miners are actually mining Litecoin now because it's more profitable.
And the fact that the mining process is different for one platform or the other, does that mean that the rate of creation of Bitcoin varies, or Litecoins, or it just makes the life easier for the miner?
Well, Litecoins are created 4 times as fast as Bitcoins. So with the same amount of time, we will create 4 times as many Litecoins as Bitcoins.
But isn't there a set schedule for creating?
It is a set schedule. So for Litecoin, every 2.5 minutes, a block will be found on average.
Very good. And
transactions. Yeah.
And from the user's perspective, no, for someone that is not in technology and for consumers in general, Litecoin and Bitcoin are 2 cryptocurrencies, and they can be used in similar ways or identical ways.
Pretty much, they're very similar, so they can be used in similar ways. The one advantage of Litecoin is it's a bit faster, so sending Litecoin to someone, you will get it on the other end faster. It feels faster and arguably more secure because of that.
Yeah, that's one of the curiosities or differences between Litecoin and Bitcoin compared to giving cash, no, a $10 bill. When I give it, it's already delivered. In the case of Bitcoin, it takes 10 minutes to confirm, and in the case of Litecoin, 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, if you get Litecoin or Bitcoin from someone you trust, it doesn't really matter how long it takes to confirm, because you're going to get it sooner or later. They're not going to
Okay.
undo that transaction. So
Yeah, I understand. I
there's nothing
understand.
to
Yeah.
worry about.
So the delivery is done. It doesn't matter if it's confirmed by the system or not in 10
Exactly.
minutes or 2.5 minutes. Okay.
Exactly.
That's a very good clarification for me.
Yeah. So it's like if
Let,
you send someone Bitcoin or Litecoin, the your transaction is already broadcasted to the network, but it's just not written down into a block yet. So
bueno, let's talk about. So you moved from Google to Coinbase. When was the move?
it was a week ago, just last
A
week.
week ago. Why did you move to Coinbase, and what was your motivation?
Um, well, for one thing, I wanted to work on cryptocurrency related stuff for my full time job because I'm passionate about it. I feel like I should just spend all my time on it as opposed to only part of my time on it. And why Coinbase? I feel like Coinbase is doing something that Bitcoin sorely needs. It's making Bitcoin easy for the average person, and it kind of dawned on me a few months ago when my dad asked me how how he can buy some bitcoins. And initially I was like, you can just download some software, buy some bitcoins from Mt. Gox, and then send it to your Bitcoin client, Qt client on the computer, and
Hmm.
then secure it. And then I'm like, wait, maybe he should just use Coinbase because
Yes.
Coinbase does all that for him.
Yes.
So that's
Instead
what.
of three steps, instead of 3 steps, it's only one step.
Exactly. So instead of telling him all that, well, actually, initially I told him all that complicated things, and then he was like, "Screw that," he can't figure it out. And then I realized I should just tell him to use Coinbase. So I eventually told him to do that, and he opened an account. So after
I
that, I
think
realized Coinbase is really doing something really important in the Bitcoin scene.
I think that was a wise decision from my side from the consumer side because I'm from the financial markets. I'm not from technology. I
Uh-huh.
understand. I understand Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ripple from the economic perspective and the use for people who want to store value, save money, buy and sell things. And I think that I found when I found Coinbase and I spoke to Fred originally, for me it was a great finding because it was finally a place where I could use it and recommend others to use it
Uh-huh.
because it's easy and user friendly.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's really nice.
Talking about Coinbase, then the service, it's Coinbase provides services on top of the Bitcoin platform, which is a network with the currency of the Bitcoin. Um, and the three services of Coinbase, like you said, in the case of your father, is anybody can go there and just like opening a Gmail account, email account, you just open um, a Bitcoin wallet on
Uh-huh.
Coinbase. It has obviously more complexity than a Gmail account because it's a financial service, so there's some verification and know your customer stuff, etc. But you end up with a Bitcoin wallet.
It's kind
You
of
have,
like
uh-huh.
PayPal for the average person. So it's
Yes,
the PayPal for Bitcoin. So you open
it's
a
the pay.
PayPal account, you can store some Bitcoins in there, and then spend them.
Yeah, for me, PayPal, I would say it's like a Gmail, but for money, for dollars.
Yeah.
So, um, so I agree. So as a PayPal, but for Bitcoin, the second thing that it has is that if I'm a merchant, I can grab buttons there and put them in my website, and it's easy for people then to pay in Bitcoin for my services or products, etc. So the second part is merchant services.
Yeah.
And the third part is the fact that I can connect it to my bank account just like PayPal, and I can send dollars, and they get converted automatically into bitcoins, and I increase my balance in my Coinbase wallet.
Yeah. And recently we
Um,
used instant purchases of Bitcoin, which is really nice. So you can instantly buy Bitcoins, and then in the back end, after a few days, it'll debit it from your account, from your bank account.
how does that work? I get my wallet, and how can I buy instantly?
So you need to be verified. We need to know who you are. Make sure you're not a scammer. And then once we
Mhm.
verified and and trust you, we let you buy like up to 50 bitcoins a day instantly. So once you click buy, your bitcoins will pretty much immediately be in your account for you to spend. And then we send a ACH transfer to get the cash from your bank account.
So because I have my bank account linked to my Coinbase wallet, and
Uh-huh.
Coinbase is in Bitcoins, I
Yeah,
can move from Bitcoins to dollars and from dollars to Bitcoins seamlessly.
exactly.
And what you're saying is two levels of verification. If I verify my email and my phone, I can buy and sell, but it has a delay of 4 days, no?
Yes, and then the next level is you verify some of your personal information just to make sure that we know who you are, um, and that you haven't previously scammed anyone. So
Hmm.
once we know that and trust you, then you can buy instantly. You don't have to wait the 4 days.
That's the other thing that I like about Coinbase, and is that you're following all the steps like a normal financial institution, working with regulators, and your know your customer rules,
Yeah.
verification. So that's why I think it makes it such a mainstream product, and for people to start using and get their first wallet.
Yeah.
But my question is, do you see, because like you said, Litecoin exists, you
Mhm.
created it, and then there's another network. It works a little bit different. It's more of a network for currencies with a cryptocurrency called Ripple, and there might be others. And do you see Coinbase as a service provider eventually connecting to these other networks also, and to providing services in multi currencies?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, right now we're focused with Bitcoin. Um, we kind of sort of don't want to confuse the user with another currency. And when Litecoin gets bigger, we'll definitely consider adding Litecoin to the portfolio. Yeah.
Excellent. And the same thing happens. I cover new finance services, which are non-traditional financial services, like Coinbase, which
Mhm.
is Bitcoin based. But I also cover personal capital, Motif Investing, Wealthfront, Mint, Check, Lemon
Mhm.
Wallet, Google Wallet,
Yep.
and all the services that are not traditional that people can use to make their lives much better managing their money. But those services, they're all dollar based. Do
Mhm.
you see in the future these services being like multi-currency? How do you see that?
I think I think it's just a matter of time. It'll take some time, but they will need to adapt to the fact that Bitcoin exists and will become a very strong currency in itself. So we'll see. It'll just take some
So
time.
for now, then Coinbase is providing consumer services and retail services which are easy to use based on Bitcoin, and that you see is going to be separated for a while, and then the other providers are going to be dollar based. But at some time in the future, you see some conversion, no, convergence.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, the other service providers will need to adapt, right? If they don't, then the Bitcoin companies will might take over some of the pie, I guess, so to
Some of
speak.
the fine. The one that implies that whenever it happens in a month, in a year, or 10 years, or whenever, do you have a vision that cryptocurrencies will have a bigger and a significant part of the movement of money around the world?
I think so, yeah. I think cryptocurrency is something that is really going to change the world. Yeah.
And my last question would be, within cryptocurrencies, do you think that Bitcoin and then Litecoin and then maybe Ripple are going to be dominant, or do you see a world of many cryptocurrencies?
There's always going to be a lot of cryptocurrency because it's so easy to create them. But there's definitely going to be a dominant one, and then there's going to be a secondary, and maybe a tertiary one. But yeah, there will be a few big ones. I guess, similar to the current world financial currencies, right? There's the dollar, the pound, the yen, whatnot, and there's a lot of small ones, but there's going to be some dominating ones.
Another similarity could be There's many social networks, but everybody uses Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus, and then the others.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Very good. Bueno, Charlie, congratulations for moving to Coinbase.
Thank you.
I love the service. I wrote about it, and I love the fact that you and your team are creating services for the regular consumer. So I'm going to be following everything you do.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Donald.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.